Céline, we were talking about art, and art certainly is an inspiration for your movie. And I'd like you to explore this concept and how different, although as we were mentioning before, how somehow some of the themes of the strong women, strong independent women, their bond, comes throughout your films, in girlhood, and and how you could use a period piece to make such a contemporary story. If you can talk about that.
Well, happy to be here also. I have no particular taste for period pieces. I didn't think, I'm going to do this genre of cinema. And I feel like I'm not trying to be in dialogue with history of cinema, maybe because I'm a woman, so I will not belong to that history, so I'm not bothering. But actually, I think it's the films that should be contemporary. A lot of films can look at contemporary subject not being contemporary forms. So it was actually even like a challenge to set this film back in time and not to be submerged. I don't know if that's the word. It is. Submerged by what can come with this idea of the period piece, more expertise and the fact that you're going to have to craft this whole world. Really try to... cinema is always a reconstitution. And maybe it's going to be the past, maybe it's going to be the present. You have to pick everything you put in the frame. So basically, I decided to do it as the same job as a contemporary film with more pressure. And also with the feeling that you could do hyper cinema because you were going to be so accurate and we're going to choose everything that was in the frame. And that's why we decided to put not much, I must say. And the fact that we were talking about a lesbian love story and also the fact that we were talking about women artists at work, this is imaginaries that haven't been shown much on screen. So when you're going for something that hasn't been seen much, basically it definitely belongs to the present. It has to be made. So this dynamic between the present and the past was kind of a cool dynamic to write, and also was linked to what the film is telling about, because it's a love story, and it's the present of a love story. It's even a slow burn. It's about also a film about desire before even love, but it's also the memory of a love story. So it's also even the love story as a past, and I try to craft these two things. I don't know if I'm answering your question. But yeah, and to find contagion between those two layers, the memory of a love story and the present of a love story.
And again, also in your case, how personal is this for you? Is this something you've been thinking about for a while?
Well, yes, it is very personal, and it's the film that took me the most time to think about, to craft, because it's 5 years between Girlhood and Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and it is personal because it's a film about love, and I think if you do a film about love, it's really, really personal. It's not about it's not about your own story. It's mostly, I think, about an ambition for yourself. There's a strong intimate side of the film also because it's been written with Adele and Elle in mind, and we have had a very long and strong and moving relationship. So this is obvious, this is given. But even at that point, that was an ambition for ourselves more than actually a recollection, a memory of a love story. And also the fact that it's a woman artist at work, of course, makes it also very personal.
Just a little curiosity that I read about the costumes. You said you wanted pockets in the costumes, which at the time were not acceptable, right?
Yeah, they were acceptable.
But they were not. Yep. Women were supposed to sort of not hide anything. Tell us about, why was it important for you to have that?
Well, yeah, I really wanted the characters to have pockets because they were allowed at the time. 19th century then took off the pockets for women because 19th century took a lot of things for women. And we didn't get our pockets back. We didn't. We still have very small pockets, and you have big pockets. And this is men's trousers, have very, very back and basically like itch my fit. And I mean, it looks like a joke, but it is not. It is how, I mean, it's the intervention on the costume of women. It means like if you don't have pockets, you can't hide, because we shouldn't be hiding anything. Mostly we can't carry anything. So basically, so that it's I really wanted it. And everybody keeps saying, oh, it's anachronistic. It's an anachronistic silhouette. And it is not. And that's what's fun with period pieces. It's like we have this whole imaginary, but actually this is accurate. They had pockets. And with the actress, Noémie Merlan, we had this whole thing where we would choose whether she would have pockets in her hand, her hands in her pockets, sorry. And she would, and we would pick the right moments. And it was, I think, fun and important. Mm-hmm.